Okay, we have a 2015 Prius C, and no matter where you set the temperature, hot air comes out. And that makes us suspect that the blend door is broken. And a blend door is a plastic flap that directs the air to either the air conditioning evaporator or the heater core. One's hot, one's cold. And when that door is frozen or broken, the symptoms tend to be either you can't get heat or you can't get cold, and it's stuck. So like only hot air or only cold air, no matter where you turn the temperature select knob. Additionally, the customer says that the temperature select knob creates a noise when you turn it. You hear a noise, but it sounds like not a good noise. So we're gonna check it out. We'll likely be pulling the dash apart to get in there and look at that stuff. Okay, so I'll put it to auto. Okay, let's turn it to low. Oh, it is hot air. That is some hot air coming out of there. Okay, so we do hear the blend door maybe moving. I mean, it's probably hard to hear on camera, but when I go all the way from low to high, there's like a little electric motor noise. But, you know, clearly the blend door is not actually moving effectively, because I have it on low and there's just hot, oh, there, maybe you heard that. There's hot air coming out of here. So the airflow is not going in the proper direction in there. That could be, you know, a physically stuck door, and hopefully it's not a dead mouse, which is a common reason. Now, if you GM people out here, you're used to these blend door motors breaking left and right, you lose your heat or whatever. It's kind of unusual on a Toyota, so that makes me suspect that maybe, you know, there's something actually stuck in there. So let's start opening up. We want to be able to see the blend door. I'm going to kind of pull the center stack out and try and peer down in there. I'll pull the glove box cover and just try and get a visual on those components in there. All right.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Okay. So here's the mechanism I would like. Okay, so this is not what we wanted to see. Go ahead and turn it between hot and cold. The whole actuator, as you can see, is moving and turning. So the fact that it's still not working, to me, indicates that probably the shaft on the end of the door is snapped off. Yikes. Problem with that is that likely means that the whole dash has to come out to get this box out and to repair inside the box or replace the box. So we're gonna hunt around if there's another feasible explanation besides that doesn't involve tearing the whole interior of the car out. So as you can see, the door is actually moving in there, which is not what we thought would be happening. So we're gonna search for another cause. Move it again. So yeah.
After a little digging, we realized that the actuator we were looking at was not the actuator that moves from hot to cold. It was actually the actuator that moves from defrost to floor to vent. So once we realized that, we sort of shifted our focus to the actuator that moves from hot to cold that was in fact frozen, not moving at all.
We're focused on this small set of gears in here. Gears right there. And they're not turning. So that might be the problem. I'm going to try and rock the gears with a long screwdriver. Got a little nudge out of it. Gears just not turning at all. Okay. Okay, so this is a blend door motor, and this is the one that goes from recirculate to fresh, and when I press that button it turns, so this blend door motor is working. The blend door motor that goes between hot and cold is not working, so it was stuck on hot. So we were kind of struggling on what to do, and that blend door motor that goes between hot and cold is very deep in here, and we're challenged to fix this because one, we don't have the part, and two, it's a lot of labor to get to it. But we found a really interesting thing. When we plug in the tech stream, and I'll show you this, and we initialize the motors, they swing from one extreme to the other, and that's the only time, the only way we could get that door to move, the hot-cold door. So what we ended up doing as a sort of temporary solution was we hit initialize, and when the hot-cold door moved all the way to cold, it's summertime now, we unplugged it, and it's stuck on cold, and now the air conditioning works, and we get cold air. Now we have no heat, but that's not a concern because it's very hot now, it's summer. Okay, so what we're doing is an initialization process that makes the blend door motor turn, which won't otherwise turn no matter what we do. And we're gonna try and unplug it when it's in the cold mode and just leave it unplugged. Quite an interesting workaround. Okay, I'm gonna start the initialization and go.
I got it. Okay.
Had it turned back?
I had to turn back yet, I don't think.
All right. We'll exit this. And car was previously undrivable, practically. You know, it's a black interior, it's hot summer. And if you turn on the air conditioning, hot air comes out. So that doesn't help. All you can do is roll down the windows. Now the air conditioning works and the heat doesn't work, which is a much better scenario. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble. We will consider ordering the part and doing the big job of replacing it. But for now, the car is usable and drivable. And we've got about an hour or two into it, and we didn't spend anything. So that's our sort of workaround solution. Reassembly time. Okay, let's see if our whole craziness worked. Start her up. Engine on. And hey, it's still cold. Oh my God, we did it. Well, that was quite an unusual workaround we performed.